it must move from one office to another. Maybe by the time it's getting back to office 4, some other document went missing and you have to restart the process again.
Kuna wakati nilikuwa nimejaribu kufanya tenda. Mimi mwenyewe niko kwa ile category yenye mimi nafurahia, yenye nafanya sana ya event management. Baadaye after the results, after two months down the line, napata nimewekwa kwa pre-qualified ya food.
When you look back at why did we have to have a legal framework, of course it came out from the issues there was a lot of inefficiencies.
The aim of this measure is to provide an open and transparent public procurement platform.
So as you're aware, the EGP system is end-to-end. So the first module is the supply registration module. The supplier is required to just log in and follow the prompts. And one of the key requirements during registration is to have their business registration number. That is, they must have been registered as a business with their business registration service. And also they have their Kenya Revenue Authority PIN, that is personal KRA PIN. So they'll be able to just log in and follow the prompts, they key in the data. And after that, one of the key functionality of that module, it's integrated with the business registration service system and also the KRA system. So once they key in one of the either BRS, it will automatically validate that information with the BRS system. And also if they key in their KRA PIN, it is validated and they're able to proceed with the registration. So for the registration, this National Treasury will review that application, and then afterwards they'll be able to update their profile into the system. So in terms of updating of the supplier profile, they can update maybe other documentation that they may use during the tendering process.
The National Treasury have put in place state-of-the-art security measures that will be taken to keep to purposely monitor the security of the EGP system. We have put state-of-the-art procedures and technologies that are able to monitor the securities of the EGP, and this will gain confidence to the users of the EGP system, ensuring that all the transactions are audited and are without manipulation.
So we have adopted several training methodologies. One of them is the use of TOTs. Those are trainers of trainers. So we have selected staff members from different ministries and state departments whom we have trained. And these staff members have been given in-depth training on the EGP system and its functionalities, and they will be able to go out and train their other colleagues in the various ministries and state departments on how to use this system, as well as in the counties also.
EGP ni online, na sana sana vitu za online i-capture data ni real time. Data hiyo inamaanisha kama tuseme kama TCC iko valid, inaonyesha iko valid. Nafikiri hata kuwa na jambo kama hilo lenye nilipitia.
It is something that is good because it can be taken at the comfort of one's desk. You can do everything at wherever you are, and the hassle of moving from point A to B will not be there. And I'll know whether I'm performing in terms of submissions, whether my quotations are in line with what others, because you get to know how other people are faring up, and then you can try to be competitive enough now to get these businesses.
Everything is in one. You need to apply for attender security, you apply it through the system. So authentication is just sit. You apply, it will be shared through the bank, it gets uploaded on your portal, you submit it with the tender document. You fill all the tender forms in the platform, so you don't have to print, you don't have to sign, everything is in your portal. So I found it very efficient. EGP is going to broaden my spectrum of clientele, in that I'll be able to get more quotations or even access to tender documentation or opportunities through the system. The other component I can think of is transparency. There will be transparency because now everything is system generated, whereby I as a vendor will be required to adhere to specific requirements, and so is also the national government is also have to adhere to the same requirements, that to ensure that it is a transparent process altogether.
From my procuring entity also will come to the window of the supplier, so you can see what is on what is available. And I think that transparency is what we need, and then more importantly, accountability. Everybody is more accountable, so transparency, efficiency, and accountability is what is going to come out of here. More importantly, I expect now, me as PS Treasury, that this will help us to streamline public expenditure on procurement. We have done some studies before with the support of World Bank and found out that about 60% of our annual budget is what is procured. So if we use this year's budget of 4.2 trillion for the fiscal year of 2025-26, we expect about 2.5 trillion to be the budget for items to be procured. And the studies I've seen is that we expect through this e-procurement to save between 10 and 15% of the procurement budget. Through this, by going just digital or going for electronic procurement. So if you calculate, that gives us almost between 250 to 300 billion shillings savings. That's a lot of money to give to our children to go back to school, to expand classes, or to give more bursaries to our students in the universities, or to build roads or other social requirements. So I think in a nutshell, I want to say this is a major milestone.
Government tendering or government tender accounts for almost 26% of the GDP. So it is very crucial, and it is a process that has, I would say, impact to the economy in one of the way, because if it's not done properly, then the people who produce certain items locally, who create jobs locally, who pay taxes locally, may not benefit. But if we move to digitization, then there is a guarantee of benefit for these people who have invested in manufacturing products locally. You can trace the manufacturing products they do locally, and so the economy and the country will largely benefit by tendering and through the system locally.
The President, His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, gave a directive that beginning 1st July 2025, all government procurement will be carried out on the Electronic Government Procurement, EGP.
Beginning 1st of July, all government procurement, end to end, will be on our e-platform. It is not a request. It is not a request. It is an instruction to all our accounting officers that government procurement going forward will be on an e-platform so that we can avoid fraud, we can eliminate inflated costs of government procurement that ends up draining and inflating the expenditures of public resources.
It is a game changer for us, and we are embracing it wholeheartedly.
Digitization has been embraced in this State Department, and so anything to do with automation is well received.
We welcome it, we support it, because it is part of transformations.
We have aligned ourselves by ensuring that our teams are trained. Currently, 15 of our officers have undergone this 2 weeks training on e-procurement. And this week also, all our MDAs, our agencies are being trained also to ensure that come 30th of June, that everyone required in this process will have the adequate knowledge on how to manage the processes in e-procurement.
History ya e-procurement ni story fiti. From experience, because mavijana wengi wanapatikana huko. Mavijana wengi waliacha historia makaratasi kitambo sana bwana. So ukileta kitu ambayo inahusiana na the digital space, that's where you find them. So kama State Department ya Youth, hii ni kitu tume-embrace na kitu pia tume-encourage.
But I want to assure all suppliers in the Republic of Kenya and beyond that this system is user-friendly. It is a very easy system. It is a system that any person with a laptop can access.
By 1st of July, we are going paperless. So they should remember, even those who are supplying now, they should onboard. Otherwise, even payment will become difficult.
I encourage all of you, suppliers, on board. You will be able to have great opportunities. And I think, as far as I'm concerned, from where I stand, we will also be able to eliminate pending bills, because some of these pending bills are caused by unverifiable vouchers. People say they have supplied, there is no evidence that there was any supply, or maybe they actually supplied, but because of documentation, manual documents having been lost somewhere down the line, it becomes very unfair to suppliers who actually supplied, expended their own resources to embark on that supply, not being paid because of those documents having been lost. Now that would become a thing of the past.
It's a very simple process. Enroll yourself with all your KYC on the system. Familiarize yourself. In case you have any difficulties, engage with our procurement staff or any of our contact within, Huduma centers, so that you're actually empowered. You know what the process is, and so that you're ready to actually transact and work with the government.
Now the space is open and it is for everybody. And I would like to call upon Kenyans, especially those who are in SMEs and like those of my people who are in the affordable housing, that everybody should get the confidence to be able to come forward and work with the government.
To my colleagues who are accounting officers or senior government officials, that we need to embrace this initiative by working closely with the team at Treasury for the realization of the full implementation of the e-procurement process, and to the officers spread across the country, whether they are stationed at Huduma centers, whether stationed at semi-autonomous agencies or within ministries and within government. Let's work together for the full realization of this program.
This is the time you can move around the whole government system and be able to pick on what is good for you. Again, we have been talking about 30% procurement for women, youth, and persons with disability. This is the time you can go to the system and tell and check whether your 30% has been exhausted. Therefore, we will all be able to sit on the table at the end of the financial year and ask ourselves, have we achieved as government? And the general public, are you satisfied with the way government has been able to serve you? Come one, come all, and register by 1st of July.
To the larger public, the government is streamlining public spending to ensure that every shilling delivers value for citizens. And through this system, we are going to meet that.
To the public, this is going to be transparent because you'll be able to see online, you access through our website or portal to know who has won this tender. So you don't need to write letters asking, but you can check within the portal who has won this tender and this person really win this tender. So it is a system that helps us to be held accountable by the public of the process that we have gone through.
So it's a clarion call to all suppliers of both goods and services, to the Affordable Housing Board, and beyond that to all government agencies. Please take this opportunity, register on EGP, Electronic Government Procurement System, and just be able, through that you'll be able to get opportunities and partake in government procurement services.
I call upon all of us, all the suppliers, to register so that they are not left out.
It's a call to even encourage the youth who are in this kind of space, kwamba hii system imefanywa kuwa simplified kwa benefit nyinyi. Ndio maana nimesema ni process ambayo ina kuweka platform ambapo hakuna supplier mkubwa, hakuna supplier mdogo, wote wako na common platform ya kubenefit, kwa sababu hii tumesema ina guarantee transparency na pia accountability.
To our suppliers, we encourage them to seize the moment. This is an opportunity for all.
This is a system that we need to embrace. It should have come long time ago, but we are happy now that our government is focused on this.
And we will only be doing business with suppliers who are registered on the EGP platform. So to all our suppliers, please get onto the EGP platform. It's online. It's a system that's run by National Treasury. You will find there instructions on how to register as a supplier and register so that we can be able to do business with you.
It is in the best interest of this country to ensure that for every shilling which we receive from a taxpayer, it is spent cost effectively. It is our responsibility to ensure that this system succeeds.
This initiative, this reform is the answer to it all. I call upon public entities to ensure that they quickly register into the system so that 1st July they are able to transact business. This has brought a lot of confidence to us, and my clarion call is to everyone to register to the system. Your products, list your products, list what you do, so that when it comes to bidding, you are one of the first people to be considered.
This is the opportunity to access public tenders transparently, fairly, and conveniently. The future of doing business with the government is digital.
So I'm calling the public to support this process, because for sure this is going to bring value for money, for your money, because you are a taxpayer and you always say you want your tax to be put or used appropriately. Moving to e-procurement will be a sure way of ensuring that whatever we procure is procured where we have value for money, and that corruption is eliminated.
The government is committed into actualizing, putting into action the promises that were made, especially on digitizing the government operations.
There are no exceptions on making sure that government procurement is transparent, is above board. We should be able to know who has been awarded what tender, at how much, how many people participated, and it should be open for everybody